The final assault rifle of Black Ops 6 Zombies is the Merrick 5.56, and it is one of the worst weapons in the entire game. So today we're testing out the attachments to see if we can save this gun and taking on Patient 13. Right away, here's the class we're using for this Merrick 5.56. I don't have all of the attachments yet, but I did manage to just unlock the CHF barrel, which converts this to a semi-automatic gun very similar to what we know from the M14. Apparently this is like an M14 mini version in real life because the base version is fully automatic. And in the first game that I used this gun, I threw in or hopped in a game of The Tomb just to get it ranked up a little bit so we could get this semi-automatic function because, you know, it's not an M14 unless it's semi-automatic. And when I was leveling it up, getting it triple pack-a-punch, it felt pretty decent, at least for the first couple rounds. And so at least until round 30, I didn't notice any like huge drop-off or any change. So I'm pretty certain this is gonna feel okay, but maybe Editing Donuts can throw up the DPS spreadsheet for the fully automatic version because it is not pretty. Easily the worst assault rifle by far in the game. I think only the XM4 Burst's DPS is worse than it. So I really hope the semi-automatic conversion kit makes it at least usable. That being said, if this gun were in Black Ops 7 Zombies, it would be like the strongest gun there, at least from the beta that we played. Then again, we didn't have access to any augments, so that's neither here nor there. And I suppose I should turn on the damage numbers. Ooh, 465 damage. That's really promising. I have that Strelok laser there just to help me aim down sights a little bit faster. Sorry, you don't aim down sights faster, you just have a better hipfire spread as you're aiming down sights. But I gotta say, it is a lot harder to come back and play Black Ops 6 Zombies after playing Black Ops 7 and getting a taste for what we're gonna have next year. We've only got like 4 weeks until it's here, so we don't have to wait long, and I do have plenty of videos to get out for you. I want to do a lot of end of year retrospectives. I've got a really long video for you, something that I've never seen anybody else do on YouTube before, so I'm really excited about that. And I am going to make it a point for me to get my camo spreadsheet fully updated with these guns. I think I've forgotten the last weapon. I don't know if it was a melee weapon. I don't know if I did the boxing gloves yet, so I want to get that updated because we're gonna need to get a new spreadsheet going for Black Ops 7, so I want to get back into the spreadsheet making business. We can upgrade this to green rarity, which should give us around 600 damage. Yeah, almost 700 damage. Nice. And right away, I do want to ask you if there's any other last minute Black Ops 6 videos you guys want to see from me. I have a lot of ideas. I literally have like the next 2 weeks of content just planned out, including a lot of double uploads so I can get the Black Ops 7 content out there too. But if there are any like big deals or big things that you want me to cover that I seemingly missed throughout this year, I would love to do that before Black Ops 7 comes, because once it's here, much like this year, we're going to be non-stop on that content grind. I have to admit, I am not sure about this gun. I put on the CHF barrel, which, you know, obviously makes it semi-automatic, but if we sit here and we try to spam it as fast as we can, it's pretty slow. Like, this is pretty slow. I know it's looking to be like a lot of good damage, but I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced here. The Olympia gang might have finally won, which is good. They could use a win. They haven't been winning for years. Let's get Deadwire on it and let's head on up. Now, talking about Black Ops 7, I apologize if that's not what you want to talk about, but I don't think I'm gonna do any more augment reviews until Black Ops 7, since, you know, it'd feel like wasted potential or just a waste of time to do any augment reviews when I know 2 more augments for everything is gonna come out in like a few weeks. But that being said, once Black Ops 7 does come around, as I'm doing these augment reviews, I see no reason that I couldn't maybe also retroactively go back to Black Ops 6 and be like, hey, this is how this perk works in Black Ops 6 for the things I missed, like speed cola or stamina up and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna commit to that, but it sure sounds like a good idea to me, just to provide some more value for you. But as we're thinking about what augments you want to see reviewed and just features that you want to see me take on, like the new field upgrade system, like the weapon DPS, all the classics, I want you guys to tell me in the comment section what enhancement, like what perk, field upgrade, or ammo mod do you want to see see me take on first and review first. And remember, this is Black Ops 7, so everything's on the table from Double Tap to Jug, Deadshot, all the things that I've done already, Deadwire, Mr. Peak. Well, I guess Mr. Peaks will have to wait till season 1. But especially with the ability to do 2 minor augments, I might be able to give more accurate suggestions at the end of it. But any preference for what I should cover, any changes to the format that you'd like to see, now would be the time to let me know. Now it's time to do some math. We've got 31, 56. No, I think I messed up. I definitely messed up. Yeah, I messed this up. That's not right. It's 31. 42 plus 20 is 62. Minus 5 is 57. Not 56. But 41 minus 10 is 31. Is it 31, 57, 31? That feels weird. I feel like I've never gotten the same number, but hey, that's correct here. Target located. Let's go do this thing. Let's upgrade our weapon. And I think I want tier 2 armor before I get another perk. Now, I know we just got done playing Farm from Ashes of the Damned, and that was a very beautiful, beautiful area in the Dark Ether. But this, I know this isn't as like whimsical, but this is still just as beautiful, man. When you look at the difference between Black Ops 1 and World at War Zombies versus Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 Zombies, there is a difference. There's a big, big difference. Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 is much more saturated and contrasty, whereas World at War, Black Ops 1, and even Black Ops 2, it's pretty washed out. It's pretty gray and brown and pretty ugly looking, if you ask me. And I know that the modern Zombies engine or the modern Warfare engine gets a lot of flack for being a little bit too bland, but they did a remarkable job here. This feels grounded, but also real and visceral, and I don't know, I like it. It's different than what we've had in the past, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I very much remember the debates, especially when Zombies Chronicles came out, being like, oh my goodness, this new art style of Black Ops 3 is too fun, or it's too bright, or it's too colorful. We need to bring back the horror of zombies and the grittiness of World at War and Black Ops 1. And so here's kind of a mix between the two. I genuinely think they did a good job with this atmosphere. Now, obviously, Liberty Falls, and in my opinion, Shattered Veil are kind of the weakest of the bunch, and obviously Reckoning is just some facility map. I hate using that term, but it is technically a facility. I think it's a good facility map. I think it did a lot of things right, but there's just a staleness to Liberty Falls and Reckoning, and Shattered Veil, I guess, is pretty okay. I wish I had a better adjective to describe those maps. And this rate of fire, man, this rate of fire on this gun is it's gonna be killer. It's gonna be so bad, so bad. Can we kill you right there? I think we did. Nice. And I hate to bring up this argument, but I know a lot of people consider Terminus a facility map, which, you know, it has a facility in it, so, you know, technically, all right, whatever, you're not really that wrong. But also, if this is a facility map, like, dude, I'd take this all day, every day. Come on, orb, pick up the orb. Oh no, I picked up another gun instead of the orb. Okay, go. Where's my other gun, please? Let me pick up that gun. Thank you. Ooh, that was weird. I told you as I was ranking up this M14, it didn't feel all that bad, which kind of leads me to understand, at the very least, why they nerfed salvage in Black Ops 7. And it kind of leads me to agree with them. Like, it does feel like these guns feel really powerful really quickly. Now, I did use an Easter egg, obviously, to get the ether tool. I was playing the tomb, so I waited till round 11 to get the purple tool. So it's kind of on me because I skipped the progression. But in the video, I know I said I kind of liked where the progression was in Black Ops 6. And while I don't hate it, it's definitely not like not fun or anything. I can totally see why they might think it's too strong or we're too powerful too quickly. 100%. And especially after figuring out that the decreased salvage rate might lead to mutant injection spamming not being a thing for high rounds, that kind of makes me even more persuaded to live with and be okay with the reduced salvage rate. If it balances the game out more, if it means that these things that we find like too powerful or overpowered or something are ruining the integrity of the moment-to-moment gameplay, whatever, if it means that those things are a little bit more balanced and still fun at the same time, I don't know. I feel like that could be a decent compromise. That is, of course, if they buff the weapons, because man, the weapons need a buff in Black Ops 7. Of course, that's not including for all the augments, so we'll have to wait and see. I am still doing testing. Sorry, I've got, like I said, I got a lot of videos I want to get out for you. But we are round 13 with the blue pack 2 gun. I got a comment saying that, oh my goodness, I can only pack a punch on like round 11 or 12 or something. And I was like, that seems actually pretty good for me. And we are dealing 3,000 damage. That is a whole lot more than what we were doing fully automatic. I need to give Dr. Peck something here. There we go. Thank you very much. Now I can kill all of you. So if we're doing 3,400 damage now, and that's number 7, okay. If we're doing 3,400 damage now, half of that would be 17, which would bring us to 51 once we get to purple rarity 2, so 7-2. 51, half of that would be around 25, so that would get us to 76-ish. 725, okay, that's easy. That's one of those guns from Modern Warfare. 725. So if we're at 76-ish and then we pack a punch it again, we should be dealing like 15,000 damage with this thing fully upgraded. That's my prediction. 15,000 damage at this fire rate, I'm not sure. It does sound like a pretty big number. And you know what? It's been like a week since I've done a SAM trial. I just need to do it. Combat axe, all right. I cannot wait for TED tasks, because one of the changes that they're making with TED tasks versus SAM trials is that you're probably not gonna be able to get the same perk if you are awarded a free perk. You're not gonna get the same perk that you already have equipped. So you are gonna get like a guaranteed new perk. I don't know if that was their exact phrasing. I don't know if it was just a higher likelihood or if it was guaranteed not to be the same perk, but either way, that is a great change. And there we go. They just make you, the geniusness of these trials machines, I will never, oh my goodness, a double pack a punch. Okay, well, let's just put that on our beam smasher. It's just a really smart system. Gives you rewards, gives you the secondary currency so you can upgrade your weapon a little bit more, a little bit faster. Oh, and I forgot to add in 20% for dead shot. So 20% of 15,000, 10% is 1,000, 20% would be 3,000. So we might do, wow, 18,000 damage? That seems too high. If we're doing 18,000 damage a shot, we might be doing good. There's our 5,051, like we said, we were right. Okay, we're on the right track. Gotta pick up all the salvage. And always, we have to get PhD before we do the Nathan boss fight. Hello, Nathan. It's time to die. We've got, oh yeah, 725, just like the shotgun. Now, they did change in this latest update. There was a change that they made before where this barrier or containment chamber mesh or geometry would still be there even as it opened, which was a big deal to speedrunners because they would deal a lot of damage before like Nathan actually started running away. So they fixed that now. So we should be able to damage Nathan as he's in that pod right there. Ooh, wow, look at that. 7,700 damage. Yeah, the damage is good. The speed of which we do that damage though, could be better. But if we're getting those crit shots, man, this is not the same boss fight we had months and months ago when this game first came out. Look at that. That was like a chore. That was a big boss. I wonder if just we got better and we understood the challenge more, or if they nerfed him secretly or something. Maybe we just understand the challenge better. Oh, a regular amalgam. Hello, regular amalgam. Goodbye. Yeah, this is pretty good. With double tap, hopefully it'll be a little bit better. We've got rapid fire. This is definitely going to be one you probably want rapid fire on. I always go back and forth between FMJ and rapid fire because on a weak weapon, I'm like, oh, I want FMJ because rapid fire isn't that important. The SMGs usually fire fast already. And then on slow weapons like this with a lot of damage, I'm like, oh my goodness, rapid fire would make sense. But also FMJ makes sense because you have such a high damage weapon that you want that high damage to be collateraled and shot through multiple zombies. I'm really happy that we have the choice. Oh my goodness. I forgot to do the thing. Get out of here. We're gonna do Mr. Peaks right here real quick. Distract everybody. And now we can repair that. Okay, thank you very much. Forgot what I was doing. Oh, and Mr. Peaks got me a free Mr. Peaks. Thank you. I'm curious what you guys normally run. Do you guys normally run FMJ or rapid fire? Oh, and there's patient 13. I hear the tentacle. They really, the one change I would make to Terminus is I would make that tentacle give me like 30 seconds more in the water before that tentacle comes out, because right now it's just a tad bit too fast. I feel like it always happens on this Easter egg step, which might honestly be intentional now that I say it out loud. So I don't know. When I'm doing this side quest with the ether pods, it comes out really quickly and it's kind of annoying. But you know what? Might as well do another Mr. Peaks here. As we repair this, it's not going to take very long. And now I'm going to need some more salvage and Mr. Peaks again because I want some smokes. Ooh, PhD Flopper. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this one. Gonna try to kill all these parasites so I can get more zombies spawned in. And then check this out. Check this out. Lots of you guys don't know. Lots of you guys don't know this. You can go up here. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? And we got 25 with that one PhD. That is nuts. Oh, I thought this would be so cool to wall bounce out off of in Black Ops 7, dude. I'm telling you, they need to bring forward, they need to carry forward all the maps from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7 with all these new augments and abilities. It would go so hard. Plus, throw in the Cold War maps there. I know there's not much to them, but like that would be a really fun one to do, wouldn't it? I think it'd be pretty fun. Cause then if they brought the Cold War maps back, I would 100% do brand new guides for you. I do have guides on Cold War stuff, but they were my experimental guides. So those are the ones that I was testing out the new format on, which obviously worked out quite well for me. There's not a lot of side quests on the Cold War maps. And when I say that, I mean, there's like maybe 1 or 2 per map, except for Forsaken. Forsaken has quite a few. And just like that, I have a full power. I've got 2 smokes. You know what? Maybe I go grab tier 3 armor and we go do this hacking step right away. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's head on down, grab some tier 3 armor, and set sail. I've been thinking a whole heck of a lot about the cursed mode because, and I'll repeat this forever until Black Ops 7 comes out and even after, the cursed mode is not a classic mode. So many people have it so wrong, thinking that, oh my goodness, all of my enjoyment of Black Ops 7 Zombies is going to be solely reliant on this cursed mode being a classic mode. From everything we know, this cursed mode is not a classic mode. It's a challenge mode, and by default, at the very least, it's going to have the classic point system, and you're going to start with a pistol. That's it. Everything else I'm assuming is there. Armor, damage scaling, the crafting table, all of this stuff I imagine is still gonna be there. So I always like to give that PSA whenever I bring it up. But I've been thinking about it because doing these Easter eggs throughout the years, Cold War, Black Ops 6, you know, these modern Easter eggs, a lot of people say that they feel a little bit too easy and they could be longer and more difficult. And I tend to agree. Even this year, I've said, you know, oftentimes you're doing Easter egg steps, you know, like I am right here, and I'm done at round 18 and I'm ready for the boss fight. So maybe we could elongate these to round 25 when the Wonder Fizz spawns in. Now, the Wonder Fizz is going to spawn in a lot earlier in Black Ops 7, but with the extension of your weapon progression, you might not have a legendary rarity until after round 30, which means that we're going to be spending probably even more time in between finishing the Easter egg and getting geared up for the boss fight. And that's led me to think, like, are Easter eggs really that much easier here in Black Ops 6? And for the most part, yes, but I think there's a really big component to it that people aren't considering, and that is the fact that if these exact Easter eggs and these exact maps were in the classic system and we didn't have the crafting table, we didn't have the arsenal station, all this stuff, smoke grenades here, these steps would be so much more difficult. Imagine doing this like this right here, onslaught of enemies coming at you with no smoke grenades, no ether shroud, no nothing, and you're a 5-hit down, and you're doing this in these close quarter thing. Like, it's just, it would be so much harder during that boat step. I mean, the boat step might not be that hard. The lockdown in the boat that we always skip nowadays, like that would be a lot harder because, well, 1, you couldn't skip it, but 2, you need to survive in that really tiny area, and that, like, you just can't do that in classic zombies. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because when we give feedback about these Easter eggs, we often say, oh, they need to be harder, they need to be more complex, we figure them out too easily, or they go by so quick. And I think that might not be solely on the Easter egg. I really do think a large part of it is the systems. It's the fact that we can have decoys and our guns still deal damage into the 30s. Because I remember, you know, Easter egg hunting in Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, when your gun fell off. I know in Black Ops 4 they had the health cap, but when your guns fell off, you didn't have any decoys to look at stuff. You only had monkey bombs every time you got a max ammo, so you had to use them very sparingly, which seems like we're returning to again because of the salvage thing. But it was easier to go down, which means that it was easier to accidentally die and have to restart the process and restart your game. And I I think that kind of inflated or at least extended the Easter egg hunts and all of these Easter eggs even on subsequent playthroughs. Not to mention, and especially in Black Ops 4, when you look at a Black Ops 4 guide for an Easter egg and they all say you're going to want to hit the box until you get the Helion salvo, whereas here you just spawn in with the gun you want. Now there are obvious upsides and downsides, and I'm not going to debate those right now, but I do find it interesting that all of these systems build on themselves and culminate in this very different experience. If we had these systems in a map like Zetsubo no Shima, dude, that would be one of the easiest Easter eggs. I mean, it is one of the easiest Easter eggs, but it would be one of the easiest maps. DE would be a cakewalk. And Shadows of Evil, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. The Shadows of Evil Easter egg, again, I've been thinking a lot about this. It's honestly very similar to the Tomb, okay? I know, okay, hear me out. I'm talking about the literal Easter egg steps. The sword is kind of different, I get you there. Well, actually, no, the sword's actually pretty similar with some lockdowns. Like, okay, Shadows of Evil Easter egg, once you get the sword, you have to do the flag step, and that's the bulk of the Easter egg. And the flag step is just a bunch of lockdowns defending the flag against parasites and meatballs and the Shadow Man. And in the Tomb, once you get your wonder weapon, it's all just lockdowns, right? So I guess from a general gameplay perspective, and then you end in the boss fight in Shadows of Evil where you have to shoot the boss fight fast enough before it like resets, as you're having to deal with all these other boss zombies on there, and then you have to interact with the summoning key. So that part's a little bit different. It's not like one for one, okay? But I do find it really interesting how they're fairly similar. And I was thinking about it because if you put the Shadows of Evil Easter egg in Black Ops 6 Zombies, it just wouldn't be that difficult. In fact, it'd be one of the easiest. And I know Black Ops 3 Zombies Easter eggs aren't really the hardest. That goes to like Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, all that stuff, World War II. Infinity Ward really went crazy with their Easter eggs, and so did Black Ops 4. Even though I'm a really big fan of the Black Ops 4, or a lot of the Black Ops 4 Easter eggs. Blood of the Dead, no, I'm not a fan of Blood of the Dead. I mean, just thinking about recharging the shield that many times is exhausting. But we finally have enough to triple pack-a-punch this gun, so let's go see what damage we can do with it. And we're close to getting that legendary rarity. And I forgot how much damage we're doing here. How much damage are we doing? We're doing 51. Okay, so 51 critical damage. That's gonna double to be about 10,200, right? Actually, I think, okay, no, never mind. I was like, I think maybe if I'm lucky with this, I can get some salvage to rank it up, but I cannot. But there's our triple pack-a-punch. I do really like this this is the best triple pack-a-punch camo that we've had in a long time. Yep, there's 10,002. Wow. And then with our legendary upgrade, it should be about 15,000. And then once we get Deadshot, it's going to be 18,000, supposedly, according to my mental math. So this is going to look like a good gun here because 10,000 damage is like a one-shot through round 30 or something. So it's going to be really good, which is, again, it might be why they're trying to limit our progression in Black Ops 7. They're trying to not get our hopes up with how good guns are, so that way we don't say, oh my goodness, the gun drops off, because it stayed consistent over the course of time, which I think is an admirable choice. So we're going from 10,200, ranking it up to legendary. We should be at 13,000. Okay, so a little bit less than what we thought. Usually those tier upgrades or the rarity upgrades are like 50% bonuses, so that was a little bit less than that, unless my calculations are off. 13,000, so that's like another 2,600 damage. So we should be about 16, okay, there we go, 16,000 damage. 610. We just need some double tap to see how strong that is, or how fast we can fire it, because we're firing pretty slow right now. I'm not having high hopes for this, I'll be honest. The rate of fire is making me really nervous. It might not be bad against these boss zombies. Probably not good against like the Sentinel artifact though. Feels good to have the M14 back though. Feels good. With the Olympia, the M14. Oh, I know. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna put up a poll. You've probably seen it already. I'm gonna ask you guys if you want to see carry forward for at least some legacy weapons. I know some people are saying all or nothing. 13. I'm telling you, I'm conflicted. I'm so conflicted. I want Black Ops 7 to be its own game, so I'm very happy that they're different. Oh no, he grabbed me from jumping. I wouldn't mind a skin toggle for the multiplayer people. I wouldn't mind a toggle for with or without Black Ops 6 weapons. In its current state, the Black Ops 6 weapons would be the absolute meta, at least from what we saw with the beta, even with like the CHF barrel and everything. So that's definitely a concern of mine, but it's really cool. The MP40, dude, the animations on the MP40. The MP40 looks so good and it feels so good. It's crazy. This is one of the weakest assault rifles in the game, at least the full auto version, but then that MP40 might be one of the best guns in the game. I love the variety. Not every gun needs to be super great. Not every DLC gun needs to be super great. But now we should go back here. It's round 25, now round 26. We need some double tap desperately. And let's see how fast we can go. Oh, that's so slow. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. My fingers go and go, donuts go. Okay, that is gonna be very inaccurate, I'm sure, of the real DPS and the real rate of fire. It feels better. At least it's very usable. And your results may vary because this is a semi-auto weapon. You might have a faster trigger finger than me. I do kind of feel like I'm getting stuck, like I'm clicking too fast occasionally. So there does seem to be a limit that I'm hitting. Dang it, I literally can't stop thinking about Black Ops 7. I'm sitting here looking at my salvage and I'm like, dude, I could buy some monkey bombs. I could buy some Casimirs. I could buy some kill streaks. And I'm thinking, you know, Black Ops 7, we're not gonna be able to do that. So it's just increasing the value of the crafting table, increasing the value of all of these different things. And I kind of like it. I kind of really like that. But you know what? Enough talk. It's time to take on Patient 13 with one of the worst guns in the game. Oh, hello? Okay. Hello, Patient 13. It's been weeks. Let's see how we're doing here. We're going to click as fast as we can and get going here. Our body shots are still doing better than our critical shots, so we're gonna stick to there. Okay, yeah, I think Patient 13 is just a pushover nowadays. Oh, Patient 13, how far you've fallen. I remember dying multiple times before my guide came out for Patient 13. It's crazy. And I need to get some damage numbers on this Mangler real quick here. Okay, there you go. Now we can move through you. Nearly 30,000 damage on elite enemies. That is nuts. Or special enemies, I should say. I guess elites too. I could see this with like a steady aim and then the dead shot with a steady aim augment on it, like that. This could be pretty good. Or tack stance, do tack stance with, yeah, stamina up. We can make this work. We can make this work. Again, I don't know how good this is gonna be with the rate of fire. It could be crazy awesome. It really could be. Double tap really does help. It really saves this gun. 16,000 damage is a lot of damage too. It's gonna be a one shot for quite a bit of time. Hello, Patient 13, come back, come back. We also have double or nothing too. So that's pretty good. Let's go. It's been a while since I've ran it. I've been running the double time augment, but we can run 2 minor augments in Black Ops 7, so I'm really excited for that. Oh yeah, dude, this damage is crazy. I need a faster trigger finger, it feels like. Oh, my finger's hurting here. Come on, there we go. There we go. He's gonna transition into his electric phase. There it is. I need some good accuracy. Come on. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Ow. Let's get everybody gathered up so we can slide on through here. And then he can take you out with the next ground slam. There's his tentacle. Goodbye, everybody. And then I gotta get this tentacle. Come on. Nice, easy. And then he might go back to his fire phase. I'll say he did. Nice. And there's his immune. Now, I don't want to take any chances here. I want to take him out as quickly as possible. I am gonna weaken up all of the zombies, specifically this amalgam, because I want to take care of him really fast. I love the Beam Smasher, man. Oh, Mangler. I did put up a little question on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter. I'm popping off there. Asking you guys what you liked about Modern Zombies. So many of you guys said the boss fights, and I am so inclined to agree. Now, I want to ask you something here. We're getting hit by amalgams, we got zombies, we've got these gas things coming in, we've got manglers. Do you like that in a boss fight? Like, I know a lot of the time we say that, oh, if the boss isn't the threat, it's like a bad boss fight, which is why people don't like the tomb, even though I think that's an example of that sort of exception to the rule. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, come on, come on. Get his eye, get his eye, get his eye. Nice. But I think Patient 13 is kind of a nice middle. Like Citadel has some zombies, but for the most part, it is you versus the Guardian. And this is kind of an in-between where you have a good amount of zombies. This guy is still a threat, but it's a different type of threat, you know? I'm gonna throw down this. We're gonna do a Mr. Peaks. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go, there we go. Now I think after his eyes, he's gonna go back to our, oh no, we're back to that phase. Okay, that is not great. Yeah, this is, I think this is gonna be pretty weak. I think this is gonna be pretty weak. We're probably gonna need to hide here very soon. Yeah, we're gonna need to hide. Oh no, we got him. Ooh boy, this is the hardest Patient 13 fight I've done in a long time. Do you guys like the zombie spam here, the enemy spam? Because, oh no, his tongue. Okay, I think we can get him. I think we can get him. Come on, come on, go, 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 go. Before you switch phases, nice. Whew, my hand hurts. Goodbye, Patient 13. Definitely a struggle, but we'll see exactly the DPS spreadsheet. But yeah, let me know, do you like the intensity of these boss fights? The intense zombies, the gas, the parasites, the bosses, does that add to the boss fight if it's done well? I think it's done well in Patient 13, so if it's done well, do you like it? But now we have to figure out, is this even a good gun? Boy, do we have a development here, beautiful people. Welcome to the DPS spreadsheet. We have our weapons here. If you've never seen this before, we have our maximum damage, our rate of fire, and our damage per second. And then I have our elemental damage, which is what you do when you have a certain elemental effect there. So those shots that I did in the air, it took us 14 seconds and 42 frames to shoot 99 rounds, which gives us a rate of fire of 404 rounds per minute. So we plug that in there. The maximum damage, the consistent damage that we saw was 16,610. Now, before we plug this in, I want to share with you and just remind you of the other assault rifles in this category. And the Merrick 556 base version, the fully automatic one, only does 4,000 damage per bullet, but it has a really fast rate of fire, one of the faster rate of fires of the assault rifle category, but it only comes in at 67,000 DPS. That is the worst one in the game. Now I need to test the ABR still, unfortunately. I just didn't like it in its first version, but it's among the worst of the entire assault rifle category. But this semi-auto version with the CHF barrel, if we plug it in 16,610, we get a DPS of 111,000. That is the best assault rifle in the game. Of course, the ABR could be better. I haven't tested it yet. That is better than the AS Val, better than the AK. That's better than most SMGs. That's better than the Ladra. In fact, let's go ahead and sort this. It's sitting hand in hand with the Grakova and the Maelstrom. That's insane. Now, of course, with the Maelstrom, this is done with body shots, and this one's done with headshots. Same thing with the Grakova. But somehow, some way, this damage is just so high, it makes up and well worth the price of this really slow rate of fire. It literally goes from the worst assault rifle to the best assault rifle, at least numbers wise. Now, I hope we're all smart enough to understand that this DPS is just talking about one singular target. It's not accounting for the penetration damage or the collateral damage. It's assuming you're 100% accurate and hitting critical shots, which is difficult to do. And of course, now with the semi-automatic, your results may vary. If you don't have a fast trigger finger, it might be a little bit lower. If you have a faster trigger finger, it might be a little bit better. A lot of people ask me about damage per second with reloads in mind. I put this in here a while ago. You can change. The reason I don't do it is because with reloads, you got to account for the base of speed cola with classic formula, and then you have your base magazine, your extended mag 1, extended mag 2, and sometimes even extended mag 3. All of those have different reload speeds. That's like at most 6 different variations of your DPS with reloads in mind. That's why I don't do it, but I do have this. You can put in your own magazine size here. So I think the base default is like 60 pack-a-punch, so you can change that there. And you can see kind of damage per magazine that you're doing and kills per magazine. And I think that is kind of the equivalent that you're looking for. Obviously, if you have less rounds, you can see it's 33 kills per magazine for perfect accuracy. But then we can go down to 16, it drops down a little bit there. So that's my compromise. I literally have no idea how I would do it and standardize it with speed cola and all of the different magazine options. I might just do the fastest magazine with the slowest speed cola, or the fastest magazine and the fastest speed cola. I don't know. Now let's go back to Patient 13 here, because you might be confused. Like, Donuts, you said this is a really tough Patient 13 boss fight, which is true. And that's probably because the specific damage multiplier that Patient 13 and other bosses have. A lot of people want me to do a DPS based on each boss. boss, but each boss has a separate damage value. And then Patient 13 has so many different damage values all throughout the boss fight, it's really hard to get a consistent number. And so I imagine that multiplier is heavily affecting the Merrick 556 in some weird way, making it a little bit more difficult to get through. It's either that or I've made some gross miscalculation somewhere. But what I do know is that according to my stats here, and we've got lots of other stats here I'll open up for you when you look at this spreadsheet, which is in the description, by the way. It's further down in the description now. I'm getting ready for Black Ops 7. But I do know that this Merrick goes from the worst assault rifle to the best assault rifle. And if you want to see me use the brand new Dresden 9mm, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.